Okay, so imagine this scenario for a second. You're back in high school, or maybe you're standing in the lobby of some old government building.
Oh, I know this feeling. The quiet dread.
Right. You're just waiting. And then, out of nowhere, screech.
I can feel that sound in my teeth. The feedback from hell.
Exactly. It just rattles your bones. And then you get this, like, muffled underwater voice.
Speaking through a tin can wrapped in a sock.
Yeah. And you catch maybe one word in three.
And you have no idea if the building's on fire or if someone just left their car lights on?
That is the public address system most of us grew up with. It's iconic, but, I mean, for all the wrong reasons.
It was clumsy tech. You basically had to cross your fingers every time you pushed the button.
But that's the thing. Buildings don't have to sound like that anymore. They really shouldn't.
We've moved way past the tin can era.
Today, we're talking about how modern spaces, schools, offices, factories actually communicate. And it's not just about announcements, it's smart management.
It's the shift from, analog noise to digital precision, treating audio like data.
And the star of our show today is a piece of tech that's quietly revolutionizing this whole scene. It's from a leading brand right here in Taiwan, BXB Electronics. We're doing a deep dive into the SPA-1050 streaming broadcast host.
That's right, and you pronounce it spa, like a wellness spa, not SPA, and the model is 1050.
I love that name, SPA. It implies relaxation, which is funny because managing a broadcast system is usually the most stressful job.
Well, that's exactly the mission, I think. To make it relaxing, we're going to look at how this one box, the SPA-1050, replaces those giant racks of old equipment.
Moving from a tangle of wires to sleek, network-based control. So let's pop the hood. Because when I hear streaming broadcast host, my brain immediately goes to like a Twitch streamer setup. But this is industrial strength, right?
Oh, absolutely. But the tech underneath is surprisingly elegant. It's built on the Dante Network audio protocol.
Okay, Dante. I've heard that term in, like, music production circles. But for the facility manager listening, why does that matter?
Think of it like this. In the old days, to get sound to a speaker on the third floor, you needed a thick copper cable running all the way from the basement.
Which is expensive, heavy, and a nightmare if it gets damaged.
Exactly. And the signal gets weaker, you get buzzing, interference. With Dante, the audio is just data. It travels over the same standard Ethernet cables your computers use.
So you're just using the IT network that's already in the building.
Yeah.
That's really smart.
Precisely. It's uncompressed, super low latency, crystal clear. BXB built the SPA-1050 to speak this language natively.
So it's scalable without tearing open the walls.
That's the key.
But you can't just plug an Ethernet cable into an old speaker, right? You need a bridge.
Correct. And that's where the hardware ecosystem comes in. The SPA-1050 pairs with what BXB calls the DAM series.
And just to check, that's DAM, the letters.
Yes, DAM. Please do not pronounce it like the river barrier.
Got it. The DAM series.
So these are the mixers and the control units. When you pair the SPA host with the DAM mixers, you can easily build a system, maybe start with 8 zones.
Like the lobby, cafeteria, the gym, that kind of thing.
Exactly. But because it's network-based, it's scalable up to 48 zones total.
48. Wow, that's massive. That's a university campus.
Easily. And the beauty of it is the minimalist wiring. You don't get that rat's nest of cables behind the rack that everyone's afraid to touch.
That sounds like a dream for anyone in maintenance. But what about using it? The old systems, you had to physically go to the control room.
Right. If you're the principal and you see a car blocking the fire lane, you have to run down 3 flights of stairs to yell into a mic.
That friction is why nobody used them.
And the SPA-1050 fixes this. This is the aha moment. You don't need a control room.
So where do I control it from?
Where are you sitting right now?
At my desk.
Then you control it from your desk
Yeah.
or your phone, anywhere you have network access.
Okay, so I just download the BXB app from the App Store and...
Whoa, stop right there. No
app.
No app. This is a huge distinction and honestly a massive benefit. It operates entirely through a web browser interface.
That's interesting. Why is no app a feature? Usually it's the other way around.
Think about it from an IT security perspective. Apps need constant updates. iOS changes, Android changes, an app can break.
That's true. App load is real. And compatibility is a nightmare for IT departments.
Exactly. By using a web browser, it's universal. You open Chrome, Safari, whatever you have, type in the IP address, log in, and you're in.
Oh, wow. So it doesn't matter if I'm on a Windows PC or an iPhone.
Doesn't matter at all. It's accessibility without the software baggage. It's kind of future-proof.
I like that. So walk me through it. I'm that principal. I'm at my desk. I open Chrome. What happens?
You get a dashboard. The simplest function is live speech. You can plug a standard USB mic into your computer.
Wait, really? Just a normal USB mic?
Yep. Click a button on the screen, and you're broadcasting live.
That's wild. So no running to the main office. I just talk into my laptop mic.
Just talk into your laptop mic. And you can choose where it goes, maybe just to the 10th grade hallway. You select that zone, click talk, and you're on.
That decentralizes everything. But it's more than just talking, right?
Yeah. You can manage user permissions. So the janitor can only announce in the cafeteria, but the VP can announce everywhere. And you can configure the chimes.
The intro and outro sounds. The classic bing bong.
You can customize all that right from the browser.
That's cool. But let's talk about my favorite thing, laziness. Or let's call it efficiency.
Automation.
Yes, because if I have to manually push a button for the class bell every day, I am going to mess it up.
Humans are terrible at repetitive tasks. We drift. So the SPA-1050 has a built-in perpetual calendar for exactly that reason.
A perpetual calendar. Okay.
It means you can set up super detailed weekly cycles. Monday's a regular day, Tuesday's a half day. You program it once, and the system just handles it automatically.
So the flow of the school is guaranteed by the box. Nobody forgets to ring the bell.
Or factory. Shift changes, break times. It removes that human error element completely.
Okay, but what about routine announcements with words, like, the library is closing in 15 minutes? Do I have to record myself saying that?
You could, but do you like the sound of your own recorded voice?
Absolutely not. I cringe every single time.
Most people do. This is where the text-to-speech, or TTS, feature is just brilliant.
So I just type it.
You just type it into the browser. Attention students, the library is closing in 15 minutes, and the system speaks it.
That is incredibly useful. It's neutral, it's clear, it's always consistent.
And it saves so much time. You don't have to find a quiet room to re-record an audio file if the time changes. You just edit the text.
It lowers the barrier to communication. That's great. Now, I see internet radio on the spec sheet. Is this so the principal can blast their favorite station during lunch?
They could, but it's really about atmosphere. Think about a corporate lobby, a waiting room, or even a factory floor.
Right, that awkward silence in a waiting room is the worst.
A little background music can totally change the psychology of a space. And with the scheduler, you can automate it. Upbeat music in the morning, calmer stuff during the day.
A true set-it-and-forget-it system. But I want to pivot to something much more serious. BXB is a Taiwanese company. And here, buildings are also shelters.
You're talking about earthquakes.
Yeah. Safety is a massive concern. How does the SPA system handle an emergency? Because playing jazz during a quake is not helpful.
This is where the local engineering context really shines. It integrates directly with the BXB earthquake server.
How does that handshake work?
It's a priority override. The moment the server detects the P waves, the early warning, it sends a signal. The system immediately cuts whatever else is happening.
The jazz stops, the announcement cuts off, the emergency notification takes over.
Exactly. It has to be the absolute boss of the network.
That's critical.
But here's where it gets really fascinating. It's not just audio. We haven't mentioned this, but the SPA-1050 has an HDMI output.
An HDMI port on a sound system. Why?
Because in an emergency, audio isn't always enough. You connect that to screens in the hallways or classrooms.
Oh, I see. So when the alarm triggers...
The screens take over too. They flash visual warnings. Earthquake detected. Take cover. It's a dual sensory alert.
Wow. That's huge for breaking through the confusion, especially for anyone who might be hearing impaired.
It snaps you into action. It guards personal safety in a way a speaker alone just can't.
That is a really smart integration. But what's on that screen the rest of the time? Is it just black?
No, that would be a waste of a screen. It displays what BXB calls civil information.
Civil information.
Yeah, useful stuff. The local time, the weather, the air quality index.
Oh, nice. So it's a digital signage player, basically.
Essentially. And you can customize the layout with your own branding, school colors, whatever you want. It makes the system visually useful all the time.
It turns the speaker system into a whole communication hub. Audio, visual, data.
It integrates the building's senses, if you will.
I like that. The building's senses. Now, you mentioned zones earlier, and I want to circle back to that because nothing annoys me more than a building-wide announcement that's not for me.
The all-call fatigue. It just trains people to ignore everything.
Exactly. Will the owner of the blue sedan please move? And 500 people have to stop working. It kills productivity.
That's the problem the Zone system solves. It integrates with another piece of hardware, the WMP-1206.
WMP-1206. Okay.
It's a digital speaker control host. With this, you get what BXB calls eco-friendly broadcasting.
Which here means not just saving electricity, but
Saving human energy. It prevents noise pollution. Mental ecology.
I love that. Mental ecology.
With the Zone system, you can target just one single room if you want. You can tell the third floor there's cake in the break room without making the first floor jealous.
Or more practically, make an announcement to the gym without interrupting an exam in the science wing.
That's crucial. Interruptions break concentration. By targeting only the people who need the info, you're respecting everyone else's time.
Silence as a feature. I like that.
And just to round it out, they've thought about the end of the line too. Because if your speaker cone is garbage...
It still sounds like a tin can.
Right, so they have things like waterproof column speakers for outdoors or factories, and power amplifiers to make sure the sound is really clear and real.
So it's the whole chain, from the web browser through the network to the SPA to the mixer and out to a specific high-quality speaker.
It's a complete modular ecosystem.
So to bring it all together, we started with the screeching feedback of old PA systems.
And we've ended up with a system that's part safety system, part DJ deck, and part administrative assistant.
That's a great way to put it.
The SPA-1050 removes all the friction from communication. Whether it's a disaster warning or just background jazz, it's all managed from a simple web browser.
No apps, no control rooms, no stress. It's stealthy and surprisingly user-friendly.
It empowers the people running the building to communicate effectively without needing to be an audio engineer.
Which is good because I definitely don't have a degree in that.
Most principals don't.
Exactly. So here's a final thought for you listening. The next time you're in a modern office or a school, look up at the speakers on the wall and ask yourself, is there a person sweating in a basement somewhere, pressing a button?
Or is there a spa running the show quietly in the background, keeping everyone safe and on schedule? It's the tech you don't see that often has the biggest impact.
Couldn't agree more. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.
My pleasure.
We'll catch you on the next one.